Now to Eastern Europe, where hundreds of Russian drones flying from all directions have attacked the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv overnight in an apparent new Russian tactic. And this incident marks the second consecutive night of ferocious attacks on Ukraine. Authorities say at least 2 people were killed, including a 22-year-old police officer, and more than a dozen were wounded in the attacks. Well, Russia has been intensifying its aerial attacks against Ukraine in recent weeks, but the attack on Thursday appears to mark a change in approach from Moscow. Meanwhile, as the Russian-Ukrainian war continues, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will send weapons, including Patriot air defense systems, to Ukraine through NATO. President Trump told newsmen that in the new deal, the U.S. will be sending Patriots to NATO and that NATO will pay for the weapons and distribute it. Let's bring in now global affairs analyst Kunle Falowo to talk some more, shed more light on the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. It's good to have you join us again, Kunle Falowo. Only about a week ago, we were here speaking about the war in Ukraine, and it appears the near daily attacks on Ukraine by Russia isn't ending anytime soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So this is another episode in one of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war that's been going on for quite some time now. But this is particularly very interesting because it's about to take another turn. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because one of the strongest partners of Ukraine, which is the United States, and you know, President Trump is kind of blowing really hot right now because his rhetoric for in the past couple of days is starting to show that there might be some kind of policy change or diplomatic change, considering the way that he's starting to view the conversation or the relationship between himself, Mr. Trump, and Russia President Vladimir Putin. And one of the reasons I said that is, if you go back to about 2 days ago when Mr. Trump publicly expressed frustration with the way that President Vladimir Putin is handling the war, and it's starting to show that he's starting to indicate that he's not interested in peace. He's not interested in brokering peace or trying to find a lasting solution or trying to be very diplomatic about the situation. So if President Trump, who was one of those advocates trying to encourage Vladimir Putin to be civil in this, ongoing war, if he's starting to sing another music and is starting to see that things might not be as rosy as anticipated, it means definitely things are about to change.
Right, and so there also appears to be some green light. Ukraine is saying some needed weapons will be coming into the country from US. US is also saying that is true, and these weapons will be pushed to Ukraine through NATO. If Ukraine does get all the weapons that it's asking for, do you think the momentum on the war would swing in its favor?
Definitely, 100% sure. Especially with the air defense system, and the way, particularly the new position of the United States president saying that they will be sending more missiles, more weapons, and more weaponry for Ukrainians to defend themselves in their airspace. That's a change of tone and change of policy altogether. Just like we talked about some week ago, the U.S. president and the United States administration was not, even wanting to send basic defense system for assistance to Ukraine some week ago. Now we're having another U-turn in policy, and this is still the backdrop of the latest conversation between U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and his Russian counterpart in Malaysia some few weeks ago, and of course, they already know that the president, which is President Trump, is being it's starting to get frustrated, and he's um, openly showing that frustration. And President Vladimir Putin is aware of that. And just to make matters worse, they're promising new weaponry to Ukraine. So this would definitely be a game changer for both sides. But hopefully, we don't have uh, a U-turn of policy when it comes to ammunitions. But let's just be optimistic that it's actually going to happen, and this is going to force the Russian side to, come back to the diplomatic table and negotiate and talk about a way of ending this war.
Right. Well, we'll end on that optimistic note. Thank you very much, Kunle Falowo, for your contributions
Absolutely.
on the World Now.
Gladly.
Moving on now to the